And we always train. We train as a unit. We don't train as an individual unless you're going to individual-based schools, airborne school, air assault school, that sort of thing.
Right.
But as a unit, you deploy as a unit. So you always train as a unit. And there are certain guidelines and regulations, and there's certain training milestones that you have to meet as a unit before you're considered to be a deployable unit. If you haven't reached those milestones, the Army will not deploy you because you're not combat ready. And until you reach that status and you've met those milestones as a unit, the Army won't deploy you. Once you have, they will. You're considered combat ready.
What is some of the physical aspects of the training? I mean, you know, got exercise, eating right and healthy and things of that nature.
We do physical training every morning. We'll do some type of physical training, whether that be muscular fitness, muscular endurance, cardio. We will do something every day, Monday through Friday. We have weekends off for rest. Field time, going to the field. We train in realistic combat scenarios. You wear realistic, you know, everything that you would carry and wear in combat, you're carrying and wearing here in peacetime.
Right.
Preparing your body, your mind, mentally, physically preparing yourself. And you know, as far as eating right, the chow halls or the DFACs, the dining facilities in the Army, they are as up to date and current on nutrition as anywhere in the world. They stay on top of it. The meals that they provide for the soldiers are of the utmost nutrition. There's always the stories of, you know, the old military and
Right.
you know, you never knew what you were eating. It was just, you know, what it was. But now in the dining facilities, the food is placed out, but there's a card placed with the food to tell you what the nutritional value of that food, so you can kind of
Right.
tailor your mealtime to what your dietary plan is.
Right. And you know, there's so many people on the sound of our voice right now. There's so many benefits to joining into the Army. You're a young person, just getting on your feet in life. Right here could be a lifetime career for you to protect and serve your country, the benefits of being in the Army. Let's talk about the ranks. How does the ranks go up? You know, like you've got lieutenant and sergeant. And how does that work?
You have three scales of rank. You have your enlisted side. Your enlisted side is private. You got private E2, private first class, specialist sergeant, staff sergeant, sergeant first class, master sergeant, first sergeant, sergeant major. It doesn't require anything other than a high school diploma to be on the enlisted side. You can enlist right out of high school. When you come in the Army, you come in as a private E2 or private first class, and your promotion is based off what you do before you go to basic training. If you enlist and you don't do anything, you're going to come in as a private.
Right.
If you bring in a referral, then that referral, if they enlist in the Army, that'll give you a promotion to E2. We have what they call the pre-basic training task list. And what that is once you enlist into the Army, you become what we call a future soldier. You'll go into a program that the Army has established called the Future Soldiers Training Program. You are assigned a future soldier mentor who is a staff sergeant in the Army. He is a recruiter, but his job as a recruiter is a future soldier mentor. And what he does is once the applicant enlists into the Army and goes into the Future Soldier Training Program, he will schedule training for you to come in and train, learn about the Army. He will do physical training with them, teaches them certain aspects of the Army so that once they go to basic training, it's not such a culture shock.
Right.
And you know, the transition from civilian to military personnel is a lot easier and a lot less stressful because they know basically what's expected of them in the military. They have a knowledge of what the military is about before they even go to basic training, so it's not such a culture shock. So those are two ways. The pre-basic training task list is a series of classes that they'll take, at the end of which they'll take an exam on each class, and then they will take an Army physical fitness test, and if they can pass that to the Army standard per age group, then that's another promotion for them, so they come in as a PFC. Now the other two rank systems that we have what's called warrant officers. And warrant officer is a subject matter expert in the field in which he is a warrant officer in. He's the go-to guy, knows everything about it. Now that, he's a higher rank than the enlisted side, but he's not as high a rank as the commissioned officer side.
Right.